Okay, so now to change the rear differential fluid, you're going to need 1 liter of Honda Genuine Dual Pump 2 fluid. And you're going to need your 3/8 breaker bar and your suitable drain pan. And that's it. Another thing you might want, if we come over here, is one of these lubricant pumps, which I can't seem to find the end for. Oh, there it is right there. It has this little end on it that you stick in the differential. I highly recommend this because you can't really get in there with anything else. So we're going to go under the car and start to drain the fluid. Alright, so we're under the car. Looking at the rear differential, there's the axle boot. You have 2 plugs. You have this guy here, which is your drain plug on the bottom. That guy right there, which is your fill plug. So if I could put my tripod on and we'll start to drain the fluid. Right there's the drain plug, and right there's the fill plug. They're on the driver's side of the differential. Now, alright, so I've already cracked these loose, considering I don't have a whole lot of room to put my tripod. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen the fill plug off, make sure that that washer comes with it. You can reuse that washer, considering that all it is just a fill plug washer, but I do have a new one for the drain plug. So there's the fill plug. And then place your suitable drain pan underneath and just drain the fluid. This is a lot better if you watch my differential video on my Dodge Dakota. We had to take the cover off the thing. And that's all it is. All you need is just 1 liter. And that's the fluid right there. In fact, it might actually finish draining this time before I actually finish talking. So now I'm going to go grab my lubricant pump. I'm going to start to fill the fluid back up. Alright, so I got my drain plug, got my new drain plug gasket. Now, if this gasket is seized on there like it was with me, actually take the plug and throw it. Throw it against the ground. You know, try not to bounce it against the thread, but throw it straight down against the head. And that usually loosens that plug. The trick I learned, working at Surrey Honda here in BC, when I used to work there a couple of years ago. Okay, so there's the fluid draining. Apologize for the bad camera angle here. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Get in there. Okay. Okay, now just like any other diff video, got my pump in there, so all you're going to do, if I can get my finger in here to pump the thing, is just going to pump the fluid in until it starts to drool out the hole there. And then we're just going to put the fill plug in. Okay, well once you're done filling, throw your drain plug back in, you're basically all finished. Slide out of here. Alright, that wasn't so hard. You just serviced your transmission and differential on the Honda CRV. Now the front differential is actually contained within the transmission, so you don't have to service it. You're doing it when you do the transmission. Now this should be done every 50,000 kilometers or 30,000 miles. And trust me, if you change it a little bit more frequently than that, it'll pay off in the long run. It'll live a happier life and that kind of thing. Now, if you don't think you can do this, if you're not 100% sure that you can, don't do it. Because that transmission is very, very expensive. And if you wreck it, well, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So do not overfill the transmission, and do not have the engine running while checking the fluid like you would in a standard transmission, in a regular automatic. Because that's very, very bad for it. Do not do that. So make sure, after you're running the engine, shut it off, and within 60 seconds, make sure you check the fluid. That's how you check the fluid on a Honda. And that's basically about it. I'll try to get to a different kind of transmission flow. I'll go over the theory for a manual transmission a little later. But yeah, thank you for watching. And if you got any requests of stuff you want me to do, ATV, car, boat, anything really related like that, I can do that. Or I'll try to get around to it depending on what comes my way. I can only do what really comes my way. So leave a comment, and I've been getting a lot of comments about, oh, great tutorial. Please, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. It makes me smile every time I see that. So I really appreciate your good comments, and any questions, any requests like that, give me a holler. Thank you for watching. All right, take it easy, everybody.